Assalamualaikum to all of you. My name is Muhamad Amirul Wizdan bin Suhaimi from STE4. Today, I am present about my final project, which is a study of behavior-based safety at An Aerospace Manufacturing Company, and I am supervised by technologist Dr. Al-Amin bin Muhammad Sultan. The background research states, in globalization, the case study in China, the manufacturing industry has been reported about 5,068 workers has been injured. 2.78 million of individuals die per year were resulted from unsafe behavior. Meanwhile, in local, in March 2021, Department of Safety Occupational (DOSH) State Sector for Manufacturing scored the highest accident with 1,172 for each non-permanent disability, 48 for permanent disability, and 10 down to death. So, the safety consists of occupational safety and help promote the workplace environment policies and programs that ensure employees' mental, physical, and emotional well-being. And the BBS is a set of techniques aimed to encourage or discourage employees from behavior to prevent workplace accident and illnesses. Here is the problem statements. First, there is no attempt yet to study the relationship between the critical safety dimensions in the CTRM company. Then it will be difficult to take the data on behaviors employees. Second, there has no study yet took on the relationship between socio-demographic of employees towards critical safety dimensions, so it is difficult to recognize and put the employees into different subgroups. And lastly, there is no overall safety index measurement to classify the safety indicator scale in CRM. Thus, it cannot label the ranking of the CRM company by opinion respondents using questionnaire form. The objective cover 3, which is determine the relationship between critical safety dimensions through factor analysis. Second, investigate the social background of respondents' influence with safety dimensions. And third, develop safety index as a measurement ranking to identify behaviors level towards company. Based on the flowchart, the study used the adopted questionnaire reference from Visakhapatnam Plant Steel, which consumed 48 items totally. Then do the pilot study, which calculate the population and sampling for respondent in CTRM company and test run via reliability analysis. These two methods are declared as questionnaire validation. If the scoring passed from reliability analysis, it can proceed to key in the data collection using statistical software named SPSS software. Using SPSS, it can generate the graph and analyze and interpret the data to find such as analysis factor, R value, P value, ANOVA test, and relationship between dependent variable and independent variable where achieve all three objectives mentioned on the slide. Then it can conclude the overall result, how the index scale achieved by CTRM company. The form has been attached into two sections. The demographic background has divided into gender, age, transportation to workplace, distance between home and workplace, position in organization, job involved, and work experience. The section of safety dimensions as indicate about safety commitment assurance, safety compliance, safety awareness, communication, safety behavior, stress recognition, and teamwork. The model used for population and sampling was Ritchie and Morgan table. The population at CTRM is 2,000 employees, so at least 322 samples of respondents must fill up the questionnaire to get the quality result of the data collection. Meanwhile, the model used for reliability analysis was Alpha Cronbach, which acts as a measurement of internal consistency. So the table below defines the level of internal consistency where at least the alpha must get value score 0.7 and above to make the questionnaire valid to do the survey. This is the example using SPSS software where the information of data put on variable view and Likert scale scoring put on data view. We can explore this software to generate using graph toolbar and interpret the factor analysis using analyze toolbar. The result from population and sampling obtained at CTRM company from 322 sample size muscat, only 75 respondents will respond. This is because due to the pandemic, some of CTRM employees were infected with COVID-19 and some departments were closed. So it is difficult to get 322 respondents. However, the response rate was scored 23.29, which the sampling is enough to do the survey since the previous journal states the 20% of the response rate may not be good, but it can be potentially to accept. Meanwhile, the value of Afra Krombach for total 48 questions obtained 0.963, which is excellent due closer to 1. This is result for demographic background data where the highest scoring for respondent on gender is male, mostly below 30 years on age, below 5 km on distance between home and workplace, mostly the CTRM employees with motorcycle on transportation. Meanwhile, mostly employees held position as technician, and each position involved was state on job involved, also minimum below 5 years in work experience. Pattern analysis started with correlation coefficient or R value, where it defines the relationship between dimensions and other dimensions and determined by its significance. So each dimension was significant due to p-value obtained is not more than 0.1. The KMO and Bartlett test used to test whether the questionnaire is appropriate to do the factor analysis. The minimum value of KMO is 0.5 and above, so the actual value obtained 0.874 allows to do factor analysis. Factor analysis is a technique that is used to reduce a large number of variables into fewer numbers of factors. This technique extracts maximum common variance for all variables and put them into a common score. So using eigenvalue table, only one component was extracted. The only component was extracted because the value of eigenvalue, which score 4.311, is more than 1, as demonstrated by scree plot. The rotate component matrix transformed from previous extraction component to improve beta extraction value because the value nearer to 1, the good value of extraction. Next, the highest opinion average Likert scale score per respondent who say agree on safety commitment assurance, safety compliance, and safety awareness communication, safety behavior, stress cognition, and teamwork. The same highest score by respondent who say agree, with average 50% on total 6 safety dimension. The relationship between each dimension towards social background has demonstrated the dimension with gender, age, and distance between home and workplace are totally not significant. The same thing goes on the dimension with other social background where the overall is not significant. Next, the relationship between each dimension towards position using ANOVA test recorded the dimension of safety commitment assurance and safety compliance has significant relationship because the p-value score below than 0.1. The dimensions of safety awareness, communication, and safety behavior also recorded significant relationship. However, the dimension of stress cognition recorded not significant relationship due the p-value score more than 0.1. The relationship between each dimension towards job involved records only safety commitment assurance has a significant relationship. The remaining dimension recorded there has not significant relationship between them. The safety index presents the formula to calculate safety index. By using safety dimension formula, it can get total average safety dimension, and to find safety index, it can find by using average safety dimension formula. So this is the calculation to find safety index. The actual safety index value obtained 3.81, which considered as moderate using safety index indicator. So for the conclusion, there are totally significant relationship between each safety dimension on correlation coefficient using factor analysis. Also, the significance of relationship between each dimension except stress recognition towards position, and the significant relationship between only safety commitment assurance towards job involved. There is not only significant relationship on teamwork towards distance to workplace and significant relationship on safety commitment assurance and safety behavior towards position in organization. Based on safety index, the KPI achieved by CTRM company is 3.81, which categorized as moderate but need to improve on certain section of safety dimension where some respondents can score disagree and strongly disagree on questionnaire form. The recommendation in this study propose in three ways. Firstly, do the questionnaire survey of BBS regularly, such as once every 2 weeks within 6 months, to check improvement of employees towards their attitude and behavior. Secondly, the BBS program must be conducted by safety officer where they can give some feedback and advice, also give training to employees, and lastly, observe the BBS program into each department. So overall area in CRM company will expose on safety and health program. That's all from me. Thank you.